Hello. Take a breath. Right now, you might be at home, packing, looking at your suitcase, wondering if you need that third pair of sandals. Or maybe you're already on the plane, somewhere over the Atlantic or the Caribbean Sea, getting closer. Either way, in a matter of hours or days, you are going to cross a threshold. You will step off that aircraft. You will walk down the stairs or through that jet bridge. And the moment you step outside, you will feel it. The air in Jamaica is different. It wraps around you. Heavy, humid, sweet. It smells like the ocean, like flowers you cannot name, like earth after rain. It is not aggressive. It is not uncomfortable. It is welcoming. And in that moment, your body will understand something your mind has been planning for months. You are not in your world anymore. You are in ours. My name is The Guardian. I work with Aurum Transfers. And over the next 30 minutes, I am going to give you something most travel companies will not. The truth, not hype, not marketing, just clarity. I am going to teach you how to arrive in Jamaica. Not just how to land, but how to arrive with confidence, with cultural awareness, with your nervous system calm and your expectations clear. We are going to talk about the airport. We are going to talk about safety. We are going to talk about the rhythm of the island, the food, the language, the music. And yes, we will talk about Aurum Transfers. But not because I am here to sell you something. You have already made your decision when you booked. Your transfer is already secured, paid for, done. I am here to prepare you, so that when you land, you know exactly what to do. Settle in, turn off your distractions, and let us begin. Let us start with honesty. Travel looks beautiful on Instagram. The influencer in the linen dress, smiling at the gate. Hair perfect, skin glowing. That is not real. Real travel is this. You have been awake since 4 in the morning. You navigated airport security in New York, Miami, Toronto, or London. You removed your shoes. You emptied your pockets. You stood in line. You ate a $7 muffin that tasted like cardboard. You folded yourself into an economy seat. For 3 hours. Maybe 4. Your knees pressed into the seat in front of you. Your neck at an awkward angle. You watched 2 episodes of a show you do not care about. You dozed off for 20 minutes, but never really slept. Your mouth tastes stale. Your back is stiff. Your phone is at 32% battery. And now, you have landed. The plane taxis to the gate. People stand up too early, even though the seatbelt sign is still on. Everyone is impatient. You grab your carry-on. You shuffle down the aisle. You step into the terminal, and suddenly, you are in a new country, with new sounds, new smells, new rules. Your brain is tired. Your body is tired. But now you have to make decisions. This is the moment most people underestimate. This is the moment that sets the tone for your entire trip. When you exit customs at Sangster International in Montego Bay, or Norman Manley in Kingston, or Ian Fleming in Ocho Rios, you are standing at a fork in the road. Not a literal fork, but a psychological one. You have already chosen your path. You booked your transfer before you left home. That decision is made. But let me tell you why that decision matters. Because understanding the alternative helps you appreciate what you have. The shared shuttle is the default option for most resort packages. It is cost-effective. Let us be clear about that. There is no shame in choosing budget-conscious options. But let us also be clear about what you are trading. Time. Here is how a shared shuttle works. You exit the terminal. You find your shuttle company's desk. You check in. They tell you to wait. You sit. Maybe for 10 minutes. Maybe for 30. Because the shuttle does not leave when you are ready. It leaves when the shuttle is full. They are waiting for passengers from other flights. Flights that might be delayed. Families still at baggage claim. Couples arguing about their confirmation number. Eventually, the shuttle fills. You board. The air conditioning is adequate. The seats are functional. And then you drive. But you do not drive to your resort. You drive to everyone's resort. The shuttle has a route, a sequence. Stop 1. A resort near the airport. 2 passengers get off. Stop 2. A resort further down the coast. 3 passengers get off. Stop 3. Stop 4. Stop 5. And if your resort is at the end of that route, you could be on that shuttle for 2.5 hours. For a drive that should take 45 minutes. Now, is that a disaster? No. Is it the end of the world? Of course not. But here is what is happening while you are on that shuttle. Your vacation clock is ticking. You are not in the pool. You are not at the bar. You are not unpacking. You are not ordering that first rum punch. You are sitting on a bus, in traffic, watching other people get to their destination while you wait. Now, let me tell you what the other path looks like. You exit the terminal. You see a man holding a sign, with your name on it, not a group name, not a resort name. Your name. He smiles. He greets you. Welcome to Jamaica. He takes your bags from your hands. You do not carry them another step. He walks you to the vehicle. He opens the door. You step inside. The air conditioning is already running. The cabin is cool. The seats are leather or premium fabric. Spacious. There is no one else in the vehicle. Just you, your partner, your family. The driver closes the door. He loads your bags. He gets in. And the wheels move. No waiting. No stops. No detours unless you request them. You drive straight to your resort. 45 minutes. Maybe an hour if there is traffic. But here is what else is happening. You are connecting your phone to the vehicle's Wi-Fi. You are texting your family. We landed. We are safe. You are looking out the window, seeing the palm trees, the ocean, the mountains in the distance. You are asking your driver questions. What is that building? Where do locals eat? What should we do tomorrow? And your driver, who has lived here his entire life, is answering. You are not just getting to your resort. You are learning. By the time you pull up to the lobby, you are already smiling. You check in while the shuttle passengers are still on the road. You are in your room while they are still waiting for their turn. You are in the pool, rum punch in hand, while they are still getting their room keys. You have bought back the first 2 hours of your vacation. That is not luxury. That is logic. And because you already made that choice. Because your Aurum transfer is already booked and paid for. You do not have to think about it anymore. It is done. You are set. You can focus on what matters, which is enjoying Jamaica. Now, let us talk about safety. Not fear, not paranoia. Safety. There is a difference between being cautious and being careless. And the single most important tool you have is your eyes. When you travel to a new country, you look for symbols of trust. Badges, uniforms, credentials. In Jamaica, we have a very specific system, and I am going to teach it to you right now, so that when you land, you will know exactly what to look for. Are you ready? Close your eyes if you can. I want you to visualize this. Imagine a vehicle, any vehicle, a car, an SUV, a van. Look at the license plate. In Jamaica, license plates tell you everything. Private vehicles, the cars that locals drive to work, to school, to the grocery store, have white plates, white background, black letters. Commercial vehicles, trucks, delivery vans, construction vehicles, have green plates, green background, white letters. But taxis, buses, vehicles that carry passengers for hire, red plates, red background, white letters. If you see a red plate, you know. This vehicle is a registered taxi or bus. But here is the key. A red plate alone is not enough. Why? Because a red plate means the vehicle is licensed to carry passengers, but it does not tell you what kind of passengers. A red plate taxi might be perfectly safe for a local running errands in Kingston, but that does not mean it is insured to carry international tourists. Different insurance, different standards, different accountability. So how do you know the difference? You look at the windshield, bottom right corner, from the passenger's perspective, and you look for a small sticker, about 3 inches wide, about 2 inches tall, white background, green text. It says Jamaica Tourist Board. Below that, approved operator. Below that, a license number and a year. That is the JTB decal, and that decal is your guarantee. Let me tell you what that decal represents. To get that sticker, a driver and a vehicle must pass a series of requirements. First, the driver must be background checked by the Jamaica Tourist Board and by the police. No criminal record for violent offenses, no history of fraud, no outstanding warrants. This is not a casual check. This is a deep check. Second, the driver must be trained, not just in driving, but in hospitality. How to greet a guest, how to handle luggage, how to communicate, how to represent Jamaica. Third, the vehicle must pass a mechanical inspection, brakes, tires, suspension, lights, seat belts, fire extinguisher, first aid kit. If any of those things are not up to standard, the vehicle does not pass. No exceptions. Fourth, the vehicle must carry commercial tourism insurance. This is not regular car insurance. This is liability insurance that covers international passengers. If something happens, if there is an accident, if there is an injury, you are covered legally, financially, medically. That insurance is the difference between peace of mind and a nightmare. And that decal, that little sticker on the windshield, is proof that all of those requirements have been met. Now, what if you do not see the decal? What if someone approaches you in the arrivals hall and says, "I can give you a ride. Cheap price. Good price." And you look at their vehicle, and there is no JTB decal. What does that mean? It does not mean the person is dangerous. It does not mean they have bad intentions, but it does mean they are not licensed to carry tourists, which means they are not insured for you, which means if something goes wrong, you have no recourse, no claim, no protection. Maybe nothing goes wrong. Maybe the ride is smooth. Maybe the person is kind, but you do not know that. And after a long flight in an unfamiliar place, you should not have to gamble. So here is the rule. Simple, clear, non-negotiable. Red plate, JTB decal, both. If you see both, you are safe. If you do not see both, walk away. And here is the good news. You do not have to worry about this. Because your Aurum driver, already vetted, already licensed, already insured. When you see that sign with your name, when you see the Aurum logo on the vehicle, when you see that JTB decal on the windshield, you can exhale. You are in the right hands. Let us shift gears. We have talked about logistics. We have talked about safety. Now, let us talk about the soul of the island. Because Jamaica is not just a place, it is a culture. A living, breathing, vibrant culture with its own language, its own rhythm, its own rules. And the more you understand that culture, the richer your experience will be. I am going to give you 3 tools. 3 cultural keys that will unlock doors most tourists never even see. Currency, language, food. Let us start with money. A question we hear all the time. Do I need to exchange money before I land? Short answer, no. The US dollar is accepted almost everywhere in Jamaica. Hotels, restaurants, tours point, taxis, shops. You do not need Jamaican dollars. You can function entirely on US currency if you choose. But, and this is important, small bills are king. I am talking about 1s, 5s, 10s. If you are planning to tip, and you should be planning to tip, you need small denominations. Here is why. Let us say you want to tip your bartender. He just made you the best rum punch you have ever tasted. You want to show appreciation. You reach into your wallet. All you have is a $20 bill. Now what? You hand him the 20. He has to find change. Maybe he has it. Maybe he does not. Now there is awkwardness. Or worse. You do not tip at all because you do not have the right bills. And now you feel cheap. And he feels undervalued. Small bills eliminate that problem. Before you leave home, go to your bank. Ask for $40 or $50 in 1s and 5s. Put them in your carry-on. Keep them accessible. And use them throughout your trip. Bellhops, bartenders, housekeepers, tour guides, drivers. $1 here, $2 there, $5 for exceptional service. It adds up. But it also shows respect, because in Jamaica, service workers are professionals, skilled, trained, proud of their craft. Tipping is not charity. It is acknowledgement. And small bills make it easy. Now, while we are on the subject of money, let me address something. Your Aurum transfer? Already paid for. Done. Finished. You do not owe your driver anything beyond a tip if you feel moved to give one. But the fare itself? Handled before you even landed. So when your driver greets you, there is no money talk, no negotiation, no confusion, just service. That is the peace of mind you have already secured. Now let us talk about words. The official language of Jamaica is English. You will have no problem communicating. But if you want to connect, if you want to show that you are not just a tourist passing through, but a guest who respects the culture, learn 2 phrases. Just 2. I promise you. These 2 phrases will open doors. They will earn smiles. They will create moments. In Jamaica, the word respect is not just a concept. It is a greeting, a thank you, an acknowledgement, a goodbye. It is one of the most versatile words in patois. If someone helps you with your bags, respect. If someone gives you directions, respect. If someone makes you laugh, respect. If a vendor offers you something and you do not want it, no, respect. It is firm, but polite. It acknowledges their effort without leading them on. The beauty of respect is that it works in any context. You can say it with a nod, with a smile, with a handshake, and every single time, the person you say it to will understand. You are not just another tourist. You are someone who sees them. This one is special. Walk good. Pronounced exactly as it is written. Walk good. This is how Jamaicans say goodbye. But it is so much more than that. Walk good means travel safely. Go with blessings. May your journey be smooth. May the road be kind to you. It is a blessing. When your Aurum driver drops you off at your resort, when you step out of the vehicle, when you thank him for the ride, turn to him, look him in the eye, and say, "Walk good." Watch his face. You will see surprise. You will see warmth. You will see a genuine smile, because you did not just say goodbye. You gave him a gift. You showed him that you took the time to learn, to understand, to respect. That is the power of language. Not fluency, not perfection, just effort. Now, let us talk about eating. You cannot come to Jamaica and only eat at the resort buffet. You cannot. I know the buffet is convenient. I know it is included in your package. I know the jerk chicken station looks good. But if you want to taste real Jamaica, you need to step outside the resort gates. And the easiest, fastest, most delicious way to do that? The patty. The Jamaican beef patty is our fast food. But it is sacred. Imagine a flaky, golden pastry shell. Buttery, crispy, warm. Inside, spiced ground beef, or chicken, or vegetables, or lobster if you are feeling fancy. The filling is seasoned with Scotch bonnet pepper, thyme, onions, garlic. It is savory. It is slightly spicy. It is perfect. You can buy a patty for $2, maybe $3, and it will be one of the best things you eat on your entire trip. Now, there is a friendly rivalry on this island. Two major chains dominate the patty game. Juicy patties and tasty patties. People have strong opinions. Families have been divided over this debate. Some say juicy has the flakier crust. Others say tasty has the better filling. The truth? Both are excellent. So here is what I recommend. When your Aurum driver picks you up, ask him, which do you prefer, juicy or tasty? This will start a passionate conversation. He will defend his choice. He will explain why. He will probably laugh. And then, ask him to stop at one on the way to your resort. Most drivers will happily do this. It adds maybe 5 minutes to your trip. You walk in. You order. You get your patty. Still hot from the oven. Wrapped in paper. You get back in the vehicle. You take a bite. And that is when your vacation really begins. That is when you taste Jamaica. If you really want the full experience, ask for your patty inside a cocoa bread. Cocoa bread is a soft, slightly sweet roll. Think somewhere between a Hawaiian roll and a hamburger bun. They slice it open. They put the patty inside. You eat it like a sandwich. This is how Jamaicans eat patties. On the go. In the car. Walking down the street. It is comfort food. It is street food. It is our food. And when you eat it, you are not a tourist anymore. You are a guest at our table. Now, I cannot talk about Jamaican food without mentioning jerk chicken. Jerk is our signature, our pride, our gift to the world. It is chicken marinated in a paste made from Scotch bonnet peppers, allspice, thyme, garlic, ginger, and a dozen other spices. Then it is slow cooked over pimento wood. The smoke infuses the meat. The result? Crispy skin, tender meat, smoky, spicy, sweet, savory, all at once. You will find jerk chicken at roadside stands, at beaches, at festivals. The best jerk is not at the resort. The best jerk is from a man with a steel drum cut in half, filled with charcoal and pimento wood on the side of the road. Ask your driver, "Where do you get jerk chicken?" He will know, and he will take you there if you ask. That is the beauty of having a private transfer. You have the flexibility to stop, to explore, to taste. We have covered the culture. Now let us talk about the tools. The physical, logistical details that make your arrival seamless. Let us start with geography. Jamaica is bigger than most people think. It is 146 miles long, 51 miles wide, mountainous. The roads wind and curve. Distances that look short on a map can take time to drive. We have 3 major international airports, and where you land determines your journey. This is the big one, Sangster International. Airport code MBJ, located in Montego Bay, on the northwest coast. If you are staying at Sandals, Hyatt Zilara, Secrets, Iberostar, Riu, or any resort in Montego Bay, Negril, or Lucia, you are landing here. Sangster handles over 4 million passengers a year. It is modern. It is efficient. It is busy, especially during peak season, December through April. Expect crowds. Expect energy, but also expect organization. Immigration moves quickly. Baggage claim is straightforward, and when you exit those doors into the arrivals hall, your Aurum driver will be waiting, sign in hand, smile on his face. Norman Manley International, airport code KIN, located in Kingston, on the southeast coast. Kingston is the capital. It is the business hub. It is the cultural heart of Jamaica. If you are staying in Kingston, Port Royal, or heading into the Blue Mountains for coffee tours, you land here. Norman Manley is smaller than Sangster, less touristy, more business-focused, but just as professional, just as safe, and Aurum serves it just the same. This is the new player, Ian Fleming International, airport code OCJ, located in Boscobel, near Ocho Rios, on the north coast. This airport opened in 2011, and it is a game changer. Why? Because the northeastern coast of Jamaica, Ocho Rios, Port Antonio, the parishes of St. Mary and Portland, is where the villas are. Luxury villas, private estates, cliffside homes. For years, if you were staying in a villa near Port Antonio, you had to land in Montego Bay and drive for 3 hours. Not anymore. Ian Fleming cuts that drive to 30 minutes. It is small, intimate, boutique, and it is named after Ian Fleming, the creator of James Bond. Fleming wrote all 14 Bond novels at his villa, Goldeneye, just minutes from this airport. So if you are a Bond fan, this airport alone is worth the trip. And yes, Aurum serves it, no matter which gateway you land at. We are there. Now, let us talk about what you will be riding in. Because this is not just transportation. This is an environment. At Aurum, we use what we call the Erie Island Premium SUV. Let me walk you through it. The vehicle is a full-size SUV. Clean, polished, professional. Tinted windows for privacy, for comfort in the Jamaican sun. And on the windshield, bottom right corner, that JTB decal, the badge of quality. the proof of standards. You will see it the moment you approach the vehicle, and you will know, I am safe. Step inside. The first thing you notice? The temperature. Cool. Comfortable. Climate controlled. Because Jamaican heat is real. And after a long flight, cool air is not a luxury. It is a necessity. The seats, leather or premium fabric, depending on the model, spacious. You can stretch your legs. You can lean back. Cup holders. Because you will want that bottled water the driver offers you. USB charging ports. Because your phone is probably at 20%. You can plug in. You can power up. You can start texting your family. We are here. We are safe. Spacious cargo area. Even if you overpacked. Even if you brought golf clubs, dive gear, or 3 suitcases for a 5-day trip. We have room. Premium sound system. If you want to listen to Bob Marley on the drive, you can. If you want silence, that is fine too. The driver will follow your lead. This is your vehicle, your time, your pace. And here is the feature that surprises people. Starlink Wi-Fi. Yes, in the vehicle. Powered by Starlink satellite internet. High speed. Reliable. From the moment you leave the airport. Why does this matter? Because the first thing most people want to do when they land is check in. Text their family. Post a photo on Instagram. Let the world know. I made it. With Starlink, you can do that immediately. No waiting until you get to the resort. No hunting for a Wi-Fi password. You are connected right now. For families, this is huge. Because kids can FaceTime grandma. Look, we are in Jamaica. For business travelers, you can send that one last email before you officially unplug. For everyone, it is peace of mind. You are not cut off from the world unless you choose to be. One more thing. If you are traveling with children, we provide child seats. FAA approved. Properly installed. Free of charge. Just let us know when you book. Do not lug a car seat through the airport. Do not worry about whether the resort has one. We handle it. Because precious cargo deserves the highest protection. Now, let us talk about the person behind the wheel. Because the vehicle is just a vehicle. The driver is what makes the difference. Every Aurum driver is licensed by the Jamaica Tourist Board, background checked by police, trained in hospitality and customer service, insured to carry international passengers, and local. That last one is important. Your driver is not reading from a script. He is not following a GPS without context. He lives here. He knows the roads. He knows the shortcuts. He knows which beach is calm today and which one has rough surf. He knows where to get the best jerk chicken. He knows which craft market has fair prices. He knows which reggae artist just dropped a new album. If you have questions, ask. What is that mountain called? Where do you take your family on Sundays? What should we absolutely not miss? Your driver will answer, gladly. Because he is not just driving you to your resort. He is welcoming you to his home. We are almost at the end. But before we close, I want to address something. Trust. In 2025, trust is not given. It is earned. And the best way to earn trust? Transparency. So let me tell you how to verify everything I have just said. Right now. Or after you finish listening. Go to Instagram. Search for @Aurum Transfers. That is AURUM Transfers. Scroll through the feed. You will see the vehicles. Real photos. Not stock images. Not AI-generated content. you will see the drivers, in uniform, smiling. Standing next to the SUVs, you will see passengers, real guests, families, couples, solo travelers. You will see the JTB decals. On every windshield, you will see the interiors, the leather seats, the spacious cargo areas. You will see videos. Passengers getting in, drivers loading bags, the drive along the coast. This is not marketing. This is proof. And if you have questions, send a direct message. The team responds, usually within an hour. Ask about child seats. Ask about routes. Ask about stops. You will get a real answer from a real person, because transparency builds trust, and trust is the foundation of every great arrival. Now, I want you to think about something most people do not consider until it is too late: the return trip. You have had an incredible week. You swam in the ocean. You hiked to a waterfall. You ate jerk chicken from a roadside stand. You danced to reggae at a beach bar. You watched the sunset from the cliffs at Rick's Cafe. You laughed with locals. You tried ackee and saltfish for breakfast. You fell in love with Jamaica. And now, it is time to leave. Here is the thing. The return trip is the last memory. Think about that. The last thing you will remember about Jamaica is the drive back to the airport. If that drive is stressful, if you are worried about being late, if the vehicle is hot or cramped or the driver is rude, that is the memory you take home. That is the story you tell your friends. But if the return trip is smooth, if your driver arrives on time, if the vehicle is cool and comfortable, if you arrive at the airport with plenty of time, if you spend that last hour looking out the window at the ocean, thinking, "I will be back," that is the memory you take home. That is the story you tell. So here is what I recommend. When you book your arrival transfer, book your departure at the same time. Lock it in. Make it part of the plan. Because the return trip is not an afterthought. It is the closing statement of your vacation. And at Aurum, we take that responsibility seriously. We will pick you up from your resort lobby, on time, every time. We will load your bags. We will drive you to the terminal. We will help you navigate check-in if you need it. And we will make sure your last hour in Jamaica is spent in peace, not in panic. First smile, last memory. That is the Aurum promise. We are the bookends of your vacation. The first face you see when you land, the last face you see when you leave, and everything in between. That is yours. Your adventure, your story, your Jamaica. We just make sure the beginning and the end are exactly as they should be. We have covered a lot in the last 30 minutes. The exhaustion of travel, the two paths at arrival, the JTB decal, the badge of quality, the power of small bills, the gift of language, the taste of a warm beef patty, the 3 airports, the vehicle, the driver, the connectivity, the verification, the return trip, the last memory. You now have the map, not a map of roads, but a map of expectations. You know what to look for. You know what to ask for. You know how to move through Jamaica with confidence. And you know that when you land, your Aurum driver will be there, with a sign, with a smile, with a vehicle that is cool, clean, and ready. Your transfer is already secure, already paid for, already handled. All you have to do is show up, and let us take care of the rest. So, when you step off that plane, when you feel that warm Jamaican air wrap around you, when you see that sign with your name on it, smile, Take a breath. You have arrived. Welcome to Jamaica. Walk good.